Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, before we get started, I want to give a little disclaimer. There are going to be some unpopular opinions, and I may say some things about certain characters that may, I don't know, make you upset or whatever. But you have to understand something. It's just my opinions, it's just my thoughts, just how I feel. And it's just how, I do my reviews. So I just hope that people don't, be too offended by the things that I'm gonna say. With that being said, let's get started. Wow, so pretty much Tamara, I guess Lonnie's mom decides to go back to the hotel. This is going to be the wedding portion of the review so far. So at first I'm sitting there thinking in my head, listen, if my mom got a little bit ill or whatever, maybe I may want to make sure that she's okay and just stop the wedding. That's just me. I don't know, but whatever. So they decide to go through with it anyway. So they start the vows and whatnot. And, Julia. I don't understand. Please tell me why she kept bringing up Gabby's name. It was almost like people just kept looking at her like, stop. Nobody wants to hear her name during their wedding. I don't understand what possessed this woman to not just say it once, which I thought was more than enough, but she just kept saying it. Well, Gabby's out there and tried to ruin this wedding, and Gabby did this. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Is she serious? She really just gonna keep going? Like, it was funny because she just looked really stupid saying it, and after a while it's like, alright, no one is gonna sit there and say to tell her just to kind of just no one? We'll just okay. So apparently she said the magic word 3 times and poof, Gabby comes in. So before that, Gabby is sitting there talking to Chad. They're sniping at each other back and forth. And then Gabby talks about how she's gonna pretty much kind of take over the company. And when she proves that Jake is really Stefan, she'll have a better grasp as far as power goes over the company. Chad at first kind of came across as a sore loser, let's just be honest. Came across as a sore loser. Talked about this, that, and the third. Then got in her face. So there's one part where Gabby was not there just goading Chad, talking about, oh, your crazy wife, this, that, and the third, she's in a loony bin, blah, 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 blah. After a while, Chad's like, alright, yo, listen, stop talking to my wife like that. So this guy steps up to her. Like he's stepping up to a man to get ready to fight. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what are you going to do? You're going to hit her? Like, what is your plan? I thought that scene was just weird at best. Which boils down to a question I've been having. While I was watching this episode, I had this question for a while. I can't tell which way to go with Chad. I can't tell, is he just, gonna be a cool character, very devious, and, kind of a badass, or is he just a dick and a sore loser? I can't tell with him. I don't know. Anyway, after she practically throws everything in his face, then she goes to the wedding because she just walked on in. Julia never actually thought to lock the doors or anything. Okay. So she comes in there and she starts talking about how she's free, she's a free woman, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. Everyone's like, get the f out. And I'm sitting there thinking, what was the point of even showing up there? Now, granted, the one thing that I will sit there and unfortunately give credit for, because everyone already knows how I feel about Gabby, is that she actually spiced things up. Because to be honest, during the whole wedding thing, I was just like, yep, looking at my phone, like, okay. And then Gabby comes in, pretty much being a wicked witch of the west. So I thought that was fun. After they practically was literally gonna shove her out the door, she decides to walk on her own. Okay, cool. So that happens, and Lonnie's all like upset, and this, that, and the third. So first it was the mother, then it was Gabby. I mean, I just don't know. Like, there's a sign that's just the shit's not gonna happen, at least today. But everyone just kind of just pushes on through. So we're at the end. I guess Marlena says some stuff, and Julia keeps talking about fucking Gabby for some odd goddamn reason. And then some glass breaks. And then Julie's like, well, maybe it's a clumsy waiter or waitress or whatever. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, if you had somebody on staff, why the hell was you having bossing him around, telling him to fold napkins and put stuff here and there and the third, if you had somebody in the back? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she said she was short-staffed. I don't know. So anyway, apparently this other woman comes out named Vivian, I think. I have no idea who the hell she is, but she seemed like she is another villain. So listen, one second, hold on. So she comes in and they play like this really, I guess, classic villainous music, and I laugh because I find it funny. But then I kind of realized something, that Days of Our Lives is more of the classic kind of soap opera, you know, where people are always slapping somebody, or, you know, throwing cake at each other, or, you know, cheesy, really corny jokes sometimes. And I do say sometimes, because every now and then they do make me laugh. So when they start playing the music, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. But then I was like, you know what? This is a different type of soap opera than, let's say, General Hospital, which is a little bit more modern as far as the music and stuff like that goes. This is more classic B soap opera. So yeah. So yeah, Vivian comes in, they play the really cheesy music, and then everyone stands there like the goddamn Avengers, just sitting there looking at her. And yeah, that pretty much ends that scene. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and say something else that's just really unpopular. So Kristen turns around, she sees Brady, they hug each other, and I gotta say this, I really feel like I need to say this. Now, as a person who has dated an older woman, alright, as far as Brady is concerned, no shame in his game. With that being said, would somebody please tell me, why does Kristen look like Brady's mother? Like, she could be Brady's mother. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, this is just awkward. I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure she's a great character, and I'm pretty sure Brady's a great character. And again, coming from a person who has dated an older woman, there is no shame in your game. On on the flip side of that, dude, she looks like, when she's holding you, she looks like she can be your mother. What? So, you can only imagine my surprise. Well, I wouldn't sit there and say surprise, but, me just turning my head a couple of times when they, like, awkwardly kissed. And, so that happened, and I was like, okay, cool, that's the thing. So after that, they hold each other and they talk or whatever and reminisce, and he talks about how he misses her, this, that, and the third, and then Chad walks up, and I'm sitting there thinking, Kristen, you know that you're like a wanted woman here, right? Like you have warrants. Now Chad, I guess that's her brother. My whole thing is like, yo, if that wasn't Chad and that was just, I don't know, a cop or something, she would be caught. Done. The end. Anyway, they sit there and they talk, and Chad's like, listen, I need your shares because, well, not to alarm me, but Gabby may, have more of a stake in this company than I'm comfortable with. And, Kristen's like, listen, I'll help you out, no problem. I can't use the shares anyway because I can't really be here. And Brady's like, are you sure? Are you really just asked her, is she sure? She can't come back here. She's a wanted woman. I'm pretty sure she doesn't really have access to those shares. Unless I'm wrong, my point is she's not using them. So the fact that he asked her, are you sure? I'm like, Brady, when you got up this morning, did somebody help you tie your shoes? Because I don't understand the IQ of this man. I really don't understand the IQ of this guy. But, whatever. She decides to agree. Yay. Chad leaves. And then Brady's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go on a run with you. Kristen's like, well, what about your son? I have no intentions on leaving my son. But I miss my daughter. Dude, that wasn't really an answer. And then he's like, alright, let's go. And Kristen's like, sure. So they embrace each other and they walk off. And I'm like, so to answer her question, you are gonna abandon your son. But only for a little bit. I think that's what he said. He was like, I don't know how long, blah 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 blah. And then he walks off. Man, I'm probably gonna get so much hate in the comment section. This should be fun. You have some scenes with Rafe and Hope talking, reminiscing about the past. Apparently he cheated on her with Kristen, I guess. And he was regretting it, and they're saying that, listen, if I didn't do that, I wonder what would happen to us. I wonder where we would be now. Hope is like, you know what, listen, the past is past. Now, I gotta give Hope a lot of props. I know it's a soap opera. Okay? I know it's a soap opera. With that being said, I gotta give her a lot of props. Because not most people could want to be in striking distance of someone who cheated, let alone friends. So, yeah. Big ups to Hope. Big ups to Hope. So anyway, they talk, they share pizza, whatever. Gabby comes in. Gabby's like, ooh, what's going on here? It's like, Gabby, how old are you again? And Hope is like, alright, listen them out, and she leaves. They had some sort of pizza that Rafe likes. I'm actually kind of more interested in finding more out about Rafe, because from what I understand, he helped Hope cover up murder. And this guy seems like the Kansas Boy Scout if I've ever seen one, which is great. It's cool. So the fact that he actually has a dark side is pretty interesting. I feel like I kind of came in the show during the wrong time, because if he's doing stuff like that, but he acts like a Boy Scout, I feel like he could be an interesting character. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of this review. So yeah, Lonnie and Eli didn't get married because, I guess the villain of the month just came back into town. So, yeah. Interesting. I would sit there and say interesting. Interesting, funny, disturbing, and, yeah. That's all I really got. Thanks for watching. I know this came out super late, so I appreciate anyone who's actually watching this now, and anyone who watches it tomorrow. Also, I will be off tomorrow from work, so I get to actually watch it at a regular time, at 12 New York time, and then try to do a review a little bit after that. So, yeah. Have a good day, good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe, all that good stuff. And I will catch you in the next review.